Monday, September 20th, Canadians head to the polls to vote in their 2021 federal election. Voting can be challenging to navigate, and you want to make sure your voice is being represented. Marie-France Kenny is the Regional Media Advisor for Elections Canada. Kenny provides the information you need when you cast your ballot.
When is Elections Day, and what time is voting available, and does it differ per province?
It does differ from province to province. Election Day is September 20th, and it does differ. So it's in Manitoba, 8:30 to 8:30, wherever you are in Manitoba. September 20th from 8:30 to 8:30 in Manitoba.
How do I know if I'm eligible to vote?
Oh, you need to be 18 and over, and you need to be a Canadian citizen to vote. So you can go. If you received a voter information card, that means you're already registered to vote. So, and if you are 18 and over, a Canadian citizen, and you got this, that means you're on the registry and you're good to go. If you're not, it didn't receive a voter information card, if you're a new citizen or if you turned 18, chances are you're not on the registry. So you will need to register when you go to vote. You can do that at the polls. It's 2 steps. So you'll need to register, and then after that you can vote. So of course you need to prove your address and your identity when you go to vote as well. So if you have a valid driver's license with your current address on it, you're good to go. Otherwise, there's a list at elections.ca, and there's a complete list. It's quite comprehensive of pieces of ID that you need to bring to the poll.
You mentioned a voter information card. What exactly is that?
So it's a little white card that tells you, has your name, your address, of course, because it's addressed to you, and they're personalized cards that say, hey, you need to go vote at this poll for advanced polls. You need to go vote at this poll for a regular poll. And voting is from this time to this time. So if you bring that card to your polling station, your polling location, and this is the only place where you can go vote. You can't just decide, well, I'm going to go to this poll because it's close to my house. You need to go to your assigned poll. So once you show up there and you provide them with this card, then they know exactly, because there's polling locations, and each polling location says polling tables or polling stations. Mm-hmm. And so there might be in one location 15 tables. So this will tell the poll workers this is where you're going. So they'll be able to direct you right away to the right polling station. And then it just makes the process a little faster and easier for you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people voting, and we want to make sure everyone's vote is counted. So we got to make sure to follow these steps.
Yes, and it's a special election because of the pandemic. So we've taken every security measure, safety measure to ensure safety of the public and electors, but also safety of poll workers. So every polling station has disinfectants, where all poll workers will be wearing masks. In Manitoba, everybody will need to wear a mask as well to go vote. If you don't have one, we'll provide one for you. But we're also doing the physical distancing, disinfecting widely used surfaces. So the polling booths are disinfected. We give you a one-time use pencil, those pencils you use to go play mini golf or bowling, and those tiny pencils, so you can take it with you. Or you can bring your own pencil or pen if you want to use to mark your ballot. And there'll be a plexiglass between you and the poll workers. So because of those safety measures, there might be a little bit more of lineups, because there's only one poll worker at every table, where usually we had 2. So now things are a little bit slower, but safer. So we're just making sure that's our priority, ensuring safety and ensuring that electors can go and vote. So, and of course, the lineups seem longer because we're doing the physical distancing. So if there's 6 feet between voters, of course, the lineup will be longer.
Be understanding of the situation and just be patient.
Yes, and remember that the people working at the polls are people from your electoral district, people who've applied to work and help you in this process, democratic process. And they're often your neighbors, your family, your friends from your neighborhood. So just, remember to be patient and understanding that we're doing this for you.
Yeah, we want to keep voters safe, and we want to keep these people that are working at the polls safe as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. During this day on the 20th to go vote, are people allowed to take time off work to go vote? Maybe they don't have time in the evening to go and work is the only time they could go.
People are allowed 3 hours straight of voting. For example, voting in Manitoba is 8:30 to 8:30. And let's say you typically work till 6:30 at night and you start at 8:30 in the morning or 9:30 in the morning. So that means you don't have 3 consecutive hours to vote. You'd only have 1 hour in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So your employer can ask you to change your time, or they can give you the time off. So they can give you an extra hour in the evening, but they have to give you 3 hours consecutive free time to go vote.
Yeah, because like you mentioned, sometimes these lines, especially in this COVID situation, could take a little bit longer.
Yeah, and people are concerned about, well, what if there's a lineup and it's 8:30 and there's a lineup? Everybody that's in the lineup at 8:30 will get to vote. So we're not going to turn people, but if you show up after 8:30, if you show up at 8:31, you won't be allowed in to vote. So you need to be there by 8:30.
This is a federal election. What is the difference between a provincial and a federal election? And, how do we know who our representatives are?
So the best way to find out is to go on elections.ca, type in your postal code and follow the instructions, and then you'll have all the answers. Where do I go vote? Who are the candidates in my riding? How can I vote? So as of now, the only option is to vote on election day on September 20th. Previously, there were other options to vote, but to find out who your candidates are, and usually there's a link to the candidates' website or platforms, and you can go and read about your candidates. It's doing homework basically and finding out who you think will best represent you.
And I guess just to kind of wrap it all up and cover everything again, when is election day and what information do I need to bring to the poll?
Election day is September 20th, 8:30 to 8:30 in Manitoba. As well, you need to bring proof of identity and address. So like I said, a driver's license with your current address on it is usually enough. If you don't have that, you can go at elections.ca and look at the comprehensive list of ID that you can bring, but you'll need to bring 2 pieces of ID in such a case. So, and again, 8:30 to 8:30.
Fantastic. And make sure to look over your elections card to find out which polling station you can go to.
Absolutely.
If you have any stories you'd like us to share or communities we should highlight, leave a comment on our social media or reach out to us on our website. I'm Ryan Funk. This was You Talk, and have yourself a good one.